Have you ever walked away from a conversation and felt like you lost? Like somehow, without raising their voice or saying much at all, the other person got exactly what they wanted and you didn't? Most people don't even realize they're being manipulated until it's already too late. But here's the good news, it's not because you're weak, it's because you've never been taught how to spot it. In this video, we're going to break down how to become the kind of person who's immune to manipulation, the kind of person who can't be guilt-tripped, sweet-talked, gaslighted, or played. By the end of this video, you'll have a mindset so grounded, so sharp, and so self-aware, it'll be like building armor around your mind. Let's get into it. Let's start with a simple truth. Manipulators only win when they know more about you than you know about yourself. Think about that. Ever wonder why some people seem to have this power over others? Like they just know what to say to make you second guess your decisions? It's not magic, it's pattern recognition. They read your insecurities like a book, and they use your emotions like strings on a puppet. And if you're unaware of your own triggers, you're walking around with a big red push here button taped to your chest. Let me tell you a quick story. There was this guy named Marcus, smart dude, good job, confident, but he had this blind spot. Anytime someone made him feel like he was being selfish, he'd cave. His co-workers knew it, his partner knew it, even strangers figured it out. And every time someone pulled the "you're not being fair" card, boom, he'd fold. Give up his time, money, energy, whatever it took to prove he wasn't selfish. See, Marcus wasn't weak. He just didn't understand where that need to be seen as generous came from. He didn't question it. And manipulators love people who don't ask questions. So here's the first key to becoming manipulation proof. Know your own patterns better than anyone else. That means becoming painfully honest with yourself. Why do you hate being ignored? Why do you avoid confrontation? Why do you feel guilty for saying no? Every time someone gets under your skin, there is a why hiding underneath. Find it and you take the power back. Now let's talk about the second key, emotional distance. Most manipulation works because it hijacks your feelings. Guilt, fear, shame, flattery. These are all tools manipulators use like weapons, and when you react emotionally, they win. But when you create space between the trigger and your reaction, you become dangerous. You pause, you breathe, you choose your response. Imagine someone says, "Wow, I guess you don't care about anyone but yourself." The old you might feel attacked and rush to prove them wrong. But the new you just raise an eyebrow and go, "Interesting take." That's not cold, that's power. When you don't flinch, they lose their grip. And look, I'm not saying never feel emotions. Emotions are parts of being human. But letting someone else control them, that's like handing over the keys to your mind. Here's where things get real. One of the biggest manipulation traps is validation. If you crave it, you're vulnerable. Because you'll bend yourself backwards just to get that smile, that nod, that little good job from someone else. And some people will sniff that out instantly. They'll praise you when they want something, withdraw it when they want to punish you. You become like a dog doing tricks for treats. But when you learn how to validate yourself, when your worth doesn't rise and fall based on how someone else sees you, you become unplayable. A study by the University of Michigan actually found that people with high self-validation had significantly stronger resistance to peer pressure and manipulation tactics. Translation: once you know you're enough, they can't use "not enough" against you. But let's zoom out. There is a deeper reason why so many people fall into the manipulation trap. It's not because they're dumb. It's not because they're weak. It's because, deep down, they want to be liked, loved, approved of. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when being liked becomes more important than being true to yourself, you start betraying your own boundaries just to make others comfortable. That's the real danger. Because every time you ignore your own gut just to keep the peace, someone else gets stronger in your story, and you get smaller. Now, here's the challenge. You're going to start setting boundaries, and when you do, people will test you, especially the ones who used to benefit from you having none. They'll say you've changed. They'll act confused. They'll get upset. That's normal. Don't fall for it. It's not your job to make everyone comfortable. It's your job to protect your peace. You don't have to explain yourself to everyone. You don't have to justify your no. A boundary is not a negotiation, it's a statement. And here's the twist. The moment you stop being easy to manipulate, you lose some people. Good. Because the ones who only stick around when they can control you, they were never really on your side to begin with. Now, let's hit the climax. The ultimate shift happens when you stop seeing manipulation as something bad people do to good people. It's not that black and white. We've all manipulated someone, even if we didn't mean to. Guilt tripping, passive aggression, people pleasing, it's all part of the same game. So, what if the real power is stepping outside the game completely? To stop trying to control others and stop letting them control you. To just be grounded, honest, direct, and clear. That's rare. That's what makes you untouchable. Not being cold, not being hard, but being so rooted in who you are, no one can shake it. Let me leave you with one final story. A woman once told me the moment I stopped trying to convince people I was good was the moment I started being free. She lost a few friends, gained a backbone, and she said for the first time in her life she felt like she was living from the inside out, not the outside in. That's it right there. This isn't about building walls, it's about building clarity. You don't need to be hard to be strong. You just need to be awake. Thanks for tuning in. May you find what you're looking for. And drop a comment below. I read every single one.